This weight loss workout is only 12 minutes long. It's got no repeats, and it's the same workout my client used at the start of this video to get those amazing results in just 6 short weeks. Today we have 10 crazy effective weight loss exercises that we're going to work through. We're going for 60 seconds on each with a 15-second transition. All you're going to need are a set of dumbbells as well as a chair or a box, something that you can squat to if you have some knee troubles, and you're good to go. So let's get it. Right, we're going to kick off in about 10 seconds time. We're going to start with our power cleans. So with this, grab your set of dumbbells. We want to focus on keeping our back nice and straight and catching with the weight on the heels. Straight back, drive, catch with the weight on those heels. Just take your time on the pull off the floor and jump in and get under it with a bit of speed. But the way this workout is going to roll is that we're going to break a few of these movements down. So we've got power cleans, then we'll be going into some front squats and building on that. And then once we've laid all the foundation with some of these movements, what we're going to do is we're going to piece them together for some really cool dumbbell flows. And the secret in that is that why they're so effective is that there's really not many muscle groups that you're not using. So if you've got a heavy set of dumbbells, catch your breath in between each rep. If you've got a set of dumbbells that feel a little bit on the lighter side, try and cycle through them a little bit quicker. All right, that's our minute. All right, so pop it down, shake it off, get your breath. All right, our next movement are going to be front squats. So with our front squats, if you need a box or a chair to squat to, use it, that's fine. Just make sure your thighs are pointing in the direction of your toes, keeping the weight through the heels. But otherwise, I want you to hold on to these dumbbells, try and control the tempo so that you're smooth on the way down, fast on the way up. But if you've got a light set of dumbbells, again, you can cycle through this a little bit quicker. But these are quite heavy for you. Take your time, have a deep breath in between each one. Catch your breath at the top. We've got about 15 seconds to go now. 15 seconds, so just keep it moving. Keep thinking about the technique. Thighs pointing exactly where the toes are facing. Weight on the heels. 5 seconds. All right, shake it off. We've done movement 1, movement 2. Now we're coming into our push press. So after that, we'll pack them all together. All right, grab those dumbbells, sit them up at the shoulders, dip and drive. As you drive, try and keep the ribs pulled down so that when the hands are overhead, we're not hyperextending too much. We are trying to keep that spine in alignment. Now again, depending on how your shoulder flexibility, that might be quite a challenge. And if that's the case for you, you're better off punching the hands a little bit further forward and ideally going lighter. So again, catch your breath as you need. If you've got crazy shoulder flexibility, you'll be able to hold it overhead and use that as a recovery. Otherwise, for those of us in that over 40 category that don't have great shoulder flexibility, we're just gonna catch our breath at the shoulders. All right, now we're gonna piece those 3 exercises together to form a cluster. So we're gonna go power clean, front squat, and press. So it's really a clean and a thruster combined. All right, away we go. So clean, squat, and press. So this first combination of movements is really about working through our squatting and our pressing based muscle groups. So it's very much quads, very much shoulders, triceps, So if you're feeling a little bit of fatigue in those areas, that's normal. That's by design. Try and keep moving. Not long to go. All right. That is our first block of exercises. Now we're going to be moving into our glutes, our hamstrings, and our upper body pulling. So we're going to start with our sumo deadlift. Nice wide grip with the feet, I should say. Wide stance. Push those knees out. Hinge at the hips. There's not a lot of knee bend. There's a little bit of knee bend, but it's predominantly a hip drive exercise. It's not so much about the legs as it is the butt. Push those hips forward. Just keep working on a nice straight back. Keep that lower back especially locked out. Hips back and down. Knees keep pushing out with the thighs. And relax down. Now this next exercise, you may want a lighter set of dumbbells, or if you don't have a lighter set, you can do it with one dumbbell at a time. But what we're doing is a hang snatch. Right, so from here, we'll pick our dumbbells up, and from the pockets, we're driving it up overhead. I want you controlling it down. Up in one move, back down to the shoulders, turn it over. So, where I was saying that you can go with one arm is exactly the same. Punch it up, lower it down. Other hand. So obviously, it's still fatiguing the shoulder in terms of resistance, but your shoulder has that little bit more recovery. And because it's only one dumbbell, the other drivers, such as the glutes, your hip, your sort of hip drive muscles, they're not having to work quite as hard. And relax. All right, so from here, we're going to combine those movements. So the sumo deadlift with a hang power snatch, but we're layering in a burpee as well. So the exercise is a devil's press. All the way down to the burpee, jump up and drive those hands up overhead. Now if you struggle with the burpee, you can jump your feet back, feet forward and up. You don't have to do the full burpee. You can even go off the box. So elevate those hands. So I'll leave it up to yourself as to how you want to perform the burpee. But again, key element, keep your lower back locked out, nice and straight. And otherwise, aim to keep moving. Drive, up, control down. And that's a minute. Catch the breath again. Right, so this next exercise we're going to do without the dumbbells. So we're going to be doing a thing called a walkout. Now it's an exercise similar to what we call the ab wheel. You'll see those wheels where you're walking your way out. The focus here is obviously bracing through the midline and pushing the hands into the ground. There's a lot of lats in this exercise. So if you find it too difficult off the knees, bend the hips. Walk your way forward until you feel that you're about to lose control. If that's okay, push those hips forward. And for the animals in the room that are looking for that little bit more of a challenge, go off the feet. That's entirely okay. Now I'm going to find that's something that is probably going to be pretty tough for the minute, but you scale it to whatever level you can work it at. So if that's off the knees, I want you moving. All right, we are on the home straight. So our next exercise is the plank row. So we're going to get into this good plank position, slightly wider stance, and we're just going to be pulling those dumbbells up towards the shoulders. Now as you do this, we want to minimize the side to side rocking. Rotation is okay. I'm all for rotation, like squeeze your shoulder blade together. That initiates the movement, but we want to avoid that real side shift with the weight. So keep bracing through the midline. It's an upper back exercise. It's a core exercise, and it's also an isometric chest exercise. Your chest is working hard to support that body weight as you're pulling that dumbbell in. We're nearly there. Oh, my word. One exercise to go. So we've got a little bit of a core finisher. This one is what we call a toe to bell. So what exactly is a toe to bell? Lay on that back, grab the dumbbell above the head, and from here, you're simply pulling your toes up and crunching in. As you lower your feet down, I need to stress, press that lower back into the ground. Don't let it arch. If that's too hard with your legs out straight, bend the knees. However you can, just to keep that lower back pressing into the ground. Now this is our last exercise. We've got about not long to go, 30 seconds, but as always, if you've enjoyed this workout and you like this sort of stuff, make sure you subscribe. Keep up to date with all the things we got in store. There's a lot of good things happening, and especially if you enjoyed this workout, give it a thumbs up, as this is the sort of stuff that we know you want more of. And we are done. Total body workout using real effective dumbbell flows, done in 12 minutes. Get out there, enjoy your day, but well done.